Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading for the 17th to 24th of November. I am Charlene Lizette. Whether you are new or whether you are returning, a massive thank you to you. Either way, I hope you click subscribe and become part of our collective. I do need to also wish you a very, very, very happy birthday if you are an early degree Sagittarius, because we are officially moving into Sagittarius season this week. Now, before I do get started with your reading, I do need to give a huge shout out to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. This is what the website looks like. Psychic Source is an amazing platform that helps to connect you with vetted professional psychic advisors. Whatever you're going through, Psychic Advisor over at Psychic Source can help you with that. All right. What you do when you go onto their website is you take a look at the different profiles. You pick the psychic that feels most aligned with you. It is a judgment-free zone. You can text them, you can call them, you can video call them. I personally like to give them a little phone call myself. And I have a really cool success story with Psychic Source. It's why I love my partnership with them. They were able to accurately predict what was going to happen in my love life. Crazy story. I talk all about it in my Manifesting Your Soulmate video, so you can go watch that after this one, okay? And for those of you that are new to Psychic Source has been kind enough to extend up to 40 minutes for $19.80. That's right, just $19.80 for up to 40 minutes with their psychic advisors. That's a $240 value. So if you want to try out Psychic Source, you want to find out about your love life like I did, go use the link in the description box below, okay? Make sure you use that link because that's how you get that special offer. Okay, so let's dive in here. I'm wanting to tell you about Psychic Source, and I'm also looking at this reading and I'm just like, I'm Charlene spazzing. You guys, this is crazy. Oh my goodness. I am so excited for you guys. Wowie, wowie, wowie. Okay. It says, honesty, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Then we have opposition, complement, duality, dependence, differentiation, objectivity, oscillation, interaction. And then we have the 7 star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. In astrology, an opposition is when there are two planets that have to work together, but they're on opposing ends of the astrological wheel. For example, anybody who has whatever degree you have in Sagittarius in the sign of Gemini, they'll be directly opposing because Gemini and Sagittarius are opposing forces on the opposite axes on the wheel. So when I see an opposition show up in a reading, what I know is that there's two types of energies that are being asked to work together, but may not necessarily have the similar perspective. So we have these opposing views, but nonetheless, they're meant to oscillate. They're meant to work together. If you've ever grabbed like two magnets, you know those two magnets where you can't really click them together, but you also can't pull them apart. Think about that kind of energy, okay? Your whole reading here is indicative of a massive transformation that is undergoing, that I truly believe has been going on for a long time. I feel like as we enter in and get closer to Sagittarius season, and also the end of November just has such a beautiful astrology. We have this beautiful opportunity here for you to step into your own personal power, for you to step into a place where you're just owning your energy, Sagittarius. You're no longer seeking to conform to other people. You're no longer seeking to make other people happy. You're no longer interested in frivolous ventures or this desire to show up in a way that's pleasing to other people. You're on the pursuit of happiness for yourself. And I think that this has been a thing that's been going for a while. Like if you and I were having a conversation together, I always like to say, like, if we're having a little chitty chat together, you know, a coffee, a tea or whatever, you'd say, you know, Char, for a long time, I was like trying to find myself or trying to figure out how I was going to navigate this thing or what the next step was. But now I've realized that I just need to follow my heart's desire. And honestly, the minute that you own that, the minute that you're like, yes, Char, I'm going to own my heart's desire, I'm going to follow what feels right for me, everything starts working out in your favor. We have the 6 of Pentacles to the Star. This is you healing. This is you pouring into yourself. Okay, I gotta hide that little star card because I've been getting in trouble by the YouTube gods. You know, this is you understanding that in order for you to experience this fulfillment, this happiness, this peace, this ease, this bliss, you gotta pour into yourself. The High Priestess beside the Star, another indication here. you're realizing and recognizing that the healing, the wish fulfillment, the things that are going to bring you joy, peace, ease, bliss, and happiness in your own life, Sagittarius, have to do with you aligning with your higher self. This isn't about showing up for other people anymore. This isn't about you, worrying about what other people might think or see or believe about you. This is you with so much certainty, really just walking around in this world, saying, yeah, this is me. This is who I am. Love it or leave it. The Three of Swords does tell me that there is a lot of stuff that you're going to be healing this month, or this week, I should say. This could have to do with a realization that a relationship you thought was going to go one way ends up going another, or a realization of how in the past you've lived for other people, like you've lived for your relationships, or you've done a disservice to yourself in hopes that other people would see your value, see your self-worth. We're no longer doing that. We're no longer in that place, because after the Three of Swords, we have the Six of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. And this is where this reading gets super juicy, because it's an indication, number one, you're going to be so happy. Two, victorious. Three, you reach some sort of goal, some sort of emotional, mental, spiritual, and literally also physical fulfillment here. This could bode well for your finances, for your career, for your public image. You're in this place here of expressing yourself so authentically, so honestly, that anybody who enters into your life or tries to deviate you from that path, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. A lot of you could be healing from a breakup or experiencing a breakup this week, but it's not one that makes you feel sad. It's one where you're like, ugh, like it sucks. I really didn't think that this was gonna go this way. But if I stay in this connection, if I stay in this relationship, I'm just gonna continue to get bogged down. This could be a friendship, a relationship, a career. The Three of Swords doesn't always indicate love. It's just some sort of pain, some sort of grief, some sort of realization around some emotional suffering. Okay, now I'm going to dive into your love reading. If you want to book a session with me, or you want to take any of my courses, sign up to my mailing list, where I'm always giving you guys freebies. It's down in the description box below. Okay, in your love, yeah, I knew it. This has to do, okay, the Tower, Nine of Swords, Seven of Swords. Yeah, there's a realization here for a lot of you that a romantic situation here is just not going to help you get where you want to go. It's just not, it's not. It is. I think I've shared this story yet. Two of Cups to Tower for sure. Tower to the Nine of Swords. Geez Louise. Yeah, you're just like, I'm done here. This reminds me of a little bit of a relationship I had eons ago, and I'm going to tell you guys it. And this is why, I wonder if this is why I felt so compelled to tell you about, my love story that I share with you over on in the beginning with my partnership with Psychic Source. So here's the video at the end. I'm going to pop it for this Manifest Your Soulmate, because I think that's really going to be important for you, Saggy. So the Two of Cups to the Tower is a relationship here that it didn't have the solid foundation. It wasn't built on solid ground, solid foundation. So we got to bring it down. The Nine of Swords to the Tower tells me that you've already known this for a while. You've already been paying attention to certain things, and you're like trying to figure out, is this yes or is this no? And so you're kind of navigating that world, uncertain of how to progress, how to proceed, and what you're honestly like, what's the right next step here, right? And then the Two of Pentacles to the Seven of Swords here is a decision. How you're going to choose to face this, right? Are you going to choose to be like, hey, I found out that, I don't know, for example, I'm not saying this is the thing, but I'm just using it as an example. I found out that you cheated on me and we're done here. Or are you going to turn around and be like, you know what? I found out that they did A, B, C, and D, but this was just what I needed in order for me to move on. I have like proof, proof is in the pudding. And so I'm good. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna like just let it go. So I'm gonna pull more cards here, but I want to tell you this quickly while I'm pulling out the rest of the cards. Many years ago, 100 years, 1,000 years ago, many lifetimes ago, because I've lived many of them, I dated somebody for a while, and we had a lot of compatibility on a lot of portions, but the financial compatibility was just not there. And I remember one day we were talking and I said to him, you know, one of my main goals is to be a multimillionaire because I want to leave a legacy for my son, and I want to leave a legacy, you know, I want to be able to alleviate any stress, worry, pain, suffering from my mom. Like for my mom, she sacrificed so much, my dad, my brother, etc. Right? Like I've always wanted to provide for my family. And he looked at me and said, oh, I would never want to be a millionaire. Money is the root of all evil. I'm happy being poor. Stress, turbulence, tension, arguments. If you and your partner don't have compatibility in the 5 pillars of compatibility, which I consider to be physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, and financial, it ain't gonna work. Intimacy, bonding, sensual, confiding. There has to be some sort of compromise balance here. And what I'm looking at this is you're going in one direction, Sagittarius, a path of so much success, so much happiness, so much joy, bliss, ease, peace, happiness, like just really, really good energy, Sag. And this person is just not, like, they're not the one to travel with you where you're going, okay? Distracted, sidetracked, change delays, right? And so Source is trying to course correct this, all right? So just be aware of that, okay, if it resonates with you. Like I said, here's the video on how to manifest your soulmate. This is literally what I use to manifest mine. And I tell you all about my story there with a psychic source as well. If you want to book a session, work with me in any capacity, any of that stuff, it's down in the description box below, okay? Thank you for your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscribes. We'll see you later, alligators. Peace out. Bye.